Does the family of George Floyd get to sue Steven Crowder multiple times over and over and over? And I know his defense is going to be like, well, I didn't say anything factually correct. I just said that he was like a fentanyl addict, blah, blah, blah. And then I did a whole sketch where people had to like kneel on my neck and stuff to show that it's not that bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, what precedence is Steven Crowder starting here? If you didn't know this already, Kyle Rittenhouse has been doing a press circuit on all the major conservative outlets right now, whether that be Fox News, whether that be Steven Crowder, and what he's pushing is something that I thought was going to get a whole bunch of pushback from the same people who always complain about cancel culture, 1984, Greg Orwin, and all that kind of shit. And what he's effectively trying to do is what he calls holding media accountable by suing a variety of people who he thinks has mischaracterized what occurred to him. And all of them are championing this. They're loving it. The same people who always talk about cancel culture are now fully on side with this project, which is, you know, I guess I shouldn't say it's that surprising, to say the very least, but here is the interview, just a couple of minutes of it.
Mr. Kyle Rittenhouse, are you there, sir?
Are you there?
I'm here, Steven. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Are you at an airport right now?
I am in an airport right now.
I mean, you look like a narc.
You would know, Steven.
Can you hear me well enough at the airport?
Yeah, I have my AirPods in. I can hear you, Steven.
Oh, okay. Spared no expense. So he has AirPods in, but he's flying Spirit. Lovely.
No way.
No. I'm not gonna dox whichever airline you're flying with. Now, look, Kyle, you actually have some big news. I know that you were on Fox News saying, "Hey, there are people who are on notice, right? As far as slander, libel, and we did an Ash Wednesday with you. What's the word now? Have there been developments?
So this is nothing new, by the way. Doing lawsuits against people for libel, slander, that kind of like that's existed in America for a very long time. They're championing this whole thing as like some new project. It's like, whoa, we can do that. Has no one thought of this before? Tell me about this brilliant idea. You're the first person to have it. I can't believe I never thought of it myself.
You suing people who, you know, wrongfully called you a murderer.
We are working with our team is working on sending out letters to people such as Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh. I assume that last syllable was going to be Berg. What letters are you sending to them? Like, it's not like a UN Hans Bricks. Like, you're sending, what are these letters?
We're sending them a letter that they have to retract and apologize, or they're going to be paying up, and we're going to hold these people accountable for what they did to me, so nobody has to experience. And that's why we started the Media Accountability Project, tmap.org, where people...
So obviously, I went to the website to go check out the Media Accountability Project, and you cannot prepare yourself for what is on the front page as a quote. I shit you not. The media is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and to make the guilty innocent, and that's power. Malcolm X. Yeah, I was expecting MLK too. Was not expecting Malcolm X. Gonna be fucking serious. Like, not in a million years. And using that to shill. The whole thing as of right now is just a bunch of t-shirts. Free Kyle, I think that one has been accomplished. A bunch of t-shirts, you know, logos, sign up for the newsletter, or just direct donations. The Media Accountability Project, or TMAP, is the official fundraising vehicle for helping Kyle Rittenhouse hold the worst offenders in our activist media accountable in court. In the long term, we will provide material support and promote the important work being done by independent journalists who are committed to truth. In the long term. But for the short term, we gotta get all that Doge. Come on, bring it in. So you click on donate now, and of course, yeah, you can choose donate directly through Coinbase if you want to use cryptocurrency, PayPal as well. The donations can come in $25, $50, $100, $250, $500, or $1,000. And hell, this is probably going to rake in so much money. I almost feel like this was done with the intent of having someone like me get aghast and make a segment on it, because I almost feel like this is the purpose of having done this. Like, someone told him, hey, you really want to piss off the left, why don't you put a quote from Malcolm X on the cover, because that'll definitely blow some minds. So there you have. Yeah, there you have it. But seriously, like this whole thing from start to finish, it's just 100%. Like, in what world do we live in which now it's like, hey, I'm going to need a lot of money to do some private lawsuits of my own, but you can pay for it. And then in the future, I'm assuming that I'll probably, hopefully, spend some of it on promoting independent journalists. By the way, who are the independent journalists?
People can come and join our fight and donate and help us fight these lawsuits to hold these people accountable.
Yeah, what about Joy Behar? Could you sue the View pool?
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely. The View is on the list.
I mean, you almost got to respect the hustle, because like to frame the entire thing where it's like, hey, I'm going to be suing all these people, but it's actually a movement. So join the movement and pay for my lawsuits, my private lawsuits, please.
For everything they said about me, they called me a white supremacist, a murderer after being acquitted. It's just disgusting how they can do this to anybody, and there's going to be accountability for what they did.
Now, what would be sufficient as far as, apology, retract? Like, what would you want to see for you to not,
Interesting question.
take all of their belongings?
For this to not happen to any American in this entire ever again. I don't want to see anybody have to go through what I went through and be defamed the way I did, being deplatformed for the lies that they said. I don't want to see anybody have to go through that.
No, but I'm saying, but what would they have to do, like, as far as you say, retract it and apologize? Like, what would that look like? Would they have to march out?
Now, I'm not going to say the person who killed 2 people is a murderer, because obviously I don't want to get sued by this new project that's forming. But I'm not entirely sure how much success they're going to have in successfully suing major personalities, TV hosts and stuff like that. And then is there going to be any accountability? Is it going to be like, well, we fundraise? Well, I mean, I don't know if we'll ever have transparency. We'll never know how much the fundraising became. And so say they raise like $100,000 or something to that effect, because there's a lot of like conservatives who are super pissed off about this and we're ready to throw a whole bunch of cash at it. But say they did that. Is there going to be like tiers? Is he going to state who exactly he promotes and or is going to go after a while?
On air, would you write their apology? Or if they just say like, all right, I'm sorry, is that enough?
And when they should donate to the fund, right? I mean, they really should.
Yes.
At the least.
Yeah, they should donate to the fund. Like, because you could have fun with it. Like, you could make them erect a statue in your honor.
Oh, it's fun. It's all fun.
I don't know if
games.
Joy Behar's going to erect anything.
Like, they're joking, yes, but they're joking about this is the same crew that is just fucking all 1984 up in there 24/7, and now they're like, why don't you sue the fuck out of them, bankrupt them, and get them to erect statues in your name?
What was that, Kyle?
There's also part 2 of the Media Accountability Project,
okay,
which is keeping the media held accountable by creating a hub for independent journalists.
Yeah, Vatlo Island, no shit. Does the family of George Floyd get to sue Steven Crowder multiple times over and over and over? And I know his defense is going to be like, well, I didn't say anything factually correct. I just said that he was like a fentanyl addict, blah, blah, blah. And then I did a whole sketch where people had to like kneel on my neck and stuff to show that it's not that bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, what precedence is Steven Crowder starting here?
Such as Elijah Schaefer, Drew Hernandez.
Ah, there it is. Elijah Schaefer. Oh, okay. So he's like, so the money after being used on these lawsuits, which again, lawsuits are long and very, very expensive, will eventually also be funneled into, brave journalists like Elijah Schaefer. So there you have it. Good to know.
Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form, available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback, because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Just, we beseech thee to smite down our enemies. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your humble court jesters, here to amuse you. To our lords, Trevor R., we give thanks for this spit of land for us to eke out this meager existence. To our knights, Merid, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Ellie Leslie, Alex P., Brandon, Words Greenwood, Nate, that one guy, Hagbird Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Daniel Sutton, Coulter Smith, Val 9000, Jenna Tall, Quiet 185, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, The Tim Caucus, Multimondi, Trevor Yanis, Lemmy101, Anthropophojak, Saren42, Catherine, Radical Maniac, Ramon Acosta, Nkosin, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Political Puppy, Andreas Chiringuito, Zach Christensen, Josh Mickelson, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. We raise our flag in a veil, and we salute you, our friends.